Burn away eventually. Real love is this. This is real love. Knowing the worst things about you, but I still accept you. That's real love. When I know the worst things about you, and I don't reject you, and I don't dismiss you, and I don't trade you in for something else, but I know the worst things about you, but I know I've been equipped to help you with those things, and you with me. That's what love is. See, there's 4 Greek words for love: eros, phileo, storge, and agape. Eros means passion. That's when you first fall in love, it's that passion, oh, she's beautiful, he's handsome, he has money, she has a house, oh, we're in love, that's called eros. But that does not stay. The next kind of love is called phileo in Greek, which means unity. We understand that we have been brought together because you have strengths, I have strengths. I have weaknesses, you have weaknesses, but they fit like this. You meet my needs, I meet your needs. It's a partnership. That's called phileo. The next is called storge, which means every person has a grown person and a little person inside of them. Every woman has a little girl. Every man has a little boy. And storge means I love that little boy. I love that little girl in you. I nurture it. And then agape. It's called sacrificial.
Doc, my phone lines are actually flashing red. They're calling me to engage you this morning. Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you?
We're fine, thank you. Just tell us your name and you can ask your question or share your contribution this morning.
I'm Otoa from Bungoma.
Yes.
Yeah, I first of all want to share or give my appreciation for the motivational speaker.
Yes.
We have very few in our society that agree with that. I want to re-echo what he has said, that without hope, a man/a woman is not worth living. Mm-hmm. And we actually share a lot of inspiration. We are tapping a lot of inspiration from him, especially with the kind of lifestyle that he came from. I myself grew up as a single parent child. And this is actually reminiscence of what I also went through. When he speaks, I really gain a lot of courage, I gain a lot of inspiration. And I just want to actually tell him that he's doing a noble duty. There are so many people outside there who are downtrodden. There are so many people outside there who just need that inspirational talk to rejuvenate their hope. So many people have contemplated suicide. But I think the speaker is simply telling them that there is hope, there is light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes.
I actually admire his hope, and I want to tell him that he's doing a noble duty. I'm Mr. Otoa from Bungoma. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Otoa.
Thank you, sir.
For those compliments. Hello, good morning. Another caller. Hello, good morning.
Yes. Hello, good morning.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Kimboy.
Yes, Kip Kimboy.
Yes, I am calling from Terikeboy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want the speaker to relate the aspect of suffering and hope. Yeah, there are so many people suffering outside there, and some of them have almost become complacent with suffering itself. So that when you bring in the aspect of hope, it is just something like an abstract thing that it cannot be achieved. How do we relate that? We meet so many people suffering outside there, and we want to give them hope. How do we do that? Number 2, I'm a secondary school teacher, and I've come across a lot of challenges in giving hope to students that you can actually succeed, you actually have the talent, you actually have the ability and future. But some students, when they are coming to school in the first year, they look very hopeful. They have a lot of hopes, they have a lot of dreams. They want to be doctors, they want to be architects, they want to be pilots. But towards the end of schooling, you ask them what they want to be again. Those dreams have gone away, So how do you still come back and tell the student you can still be the doctor that you wanted to be, you can still be the lawyer that you wanted to be at this last stage? Yeah, thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, Kip Kimboy. Another call on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
This is really great to have in the morning in Kenya. Thank you so much, Dr. Arthur. I would like to request, my name is Vicky. I'm calling from Nairobi. I'm challenging NTV to run this show, not just in the morning when some people have gone to work. Let's have it today. Let's have it at lunchtime. Let's have it in the evening when the daddies are home and the mummies and the children. Run it for us over and over again, over and over again. Please, we need this one. The other thing about us, Dr. Arthur, is that this is a country with quite a number of people who probably will do the same as you're doing for us. Those platforms are not there. The platform where we can have, for instance, yourself today, you're seated in the media house. It's not everybody who is able to speak like you in this country who gets that opportunity. So we do not know what to do. Whether it is the media, whether they will have then a channel for just this kind of talk, set aside as a kind of a program, whether they can challenge us as Kenyans, because we are very good at setting up stuff that can make a difference, where we contribute to a certain channel where we only have motivational speakers, people who speak like Dr. Ada, because this country has them. And then we will revive the hope. We will revive the sense of responsibility. We will speak to the people. They will feel loved. They will feel touched. I would say more. Thank you so much for this morning.
Right. Thank you, Vicky. Well, interesting comments there from Vicky.
Great callers,
questions there. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. I want you also to speak to the single moms, because the single moms, sometimes they feel like, they're really pushing against or butting their heads against the wall. I mean, the world is just against them. They have the huge Herculean task of raising a family alone.
Yes.
And sometimes they feel, maybe I'm not really measuring up to be that mom that I can be. I have a son, but the son is getting feminized because, my maternal instincts, maybe they're overbearing over the son. I mean, how can you speak to this single mom?
Any mother that is raising children alone, you are a hero. Yes. Abraham Lincoln, a great American president who had a single mom, said these words: "All that I am and all that I ever hope to become, I owe to my dear mother." My mom is my best friend now. She works in my business. She's a great Christian. We had a rough beginning, but when you forgive and she grew, went to school, I thank God every day for the kind of mom that I have. I just want to encourage single moms. Keep speaking life into your children. Remember, even greatness is defined this way. Greatness is not just what you achieve. What did you have to overcome to achieve it? Remember, the person on top of the mountain did not fall there. So continue to push love and speak love. Let me give you an example. People a lot about hope and pain and difficulty, and people fall down and they go through things. God gives us examples of greatness in nature. There's an oyster that lives in the ocean. It's a pretty ugly looking thing, but inside of that it can produce a pearl. Do you know how a pearl is produced? That beautiful round thing that women love and men love to give? It comes through pain. When the oyster opens its shell to eat, sometimes a rock or piece of glass gets under the tongue and makes a big hole that is very painful. The oyster has no fingers or no hands to get it out. So that gets deeper and worse until the pain is so bad. The oyster then releases an enzyme called the mother of pearl, this shiny, oozy substance that wraps around that piece of stone or rock. And every year, it wraps a layer. And the next year, it wraps a layer. 5 years, you look, that pain becomes a pearl. Everything you've gone through in your life, hear me today, people, please, my fellow Kenyans, my friends, my brothers and sisters of this great nation, everything you've been through in your life is a down payment on your destiny. Because you cannot reach people till you've been hurt yourself. How can I help somebody if I don't know what they've been through? How can I help somebody have hope if I didn't have hope? We all have to go through something, to do something. Everything you've been through, every pain, every hurt can be used in creating an opportunity to take that pain away from somebody else. That's how it happens. So don't be in despair because you failed. Everybody who's successful failed. Bill Gates flunked out of college. Stephen Jobs got kicked out of his first job. Walt Disney said couldn't draw. Henry Ford went bankrupt 3 times. Obama lost his first run for office in America, they said, because he wasn't black enough. Now he's too black. So, people say all kinds of things. But you know what? Somebody's opinion of you does not determine your destiny.
That's right.
It's just their opinion. Kenyans, remember this. Nobody can ride your back unless it is bent. You're not a donkey. Stand tall. You've been created by divine design to shine.
Interesting. I like that. Now, talk to me about the motivational industry. In America, it's such a runaway success, but in our country, it's still picking up. Of course, we have motivational institutions, but how do you do it in your country? Because I see you very organized in your country, and motivational industry, some of the speakers there, they're highly paid. It's such a wonderful industry.
Well, it's understanding that motivation is valuable. What is motivation? It's not rah-rah, Motivation means, why am I taking this action? Help me to understand why I'm going through this. If people can understand the what and the why, they can handle almost anyhow. So motivational industry in America is big because we need it. I mean, we have stress, the economy's going down, and we have all kinds of things going on. People in America need to be motivated, uplifted. Kenya is ripe. I've been all over your nation. I've been in Nairobi, with the Carissa. I've been all over just looking, went to different places. I went to the slums, and I wanted to see for myself where people are. So when I speak to you, I speak as a servant, as a student, as a friend. And that's the idea. You want to be a motivational person? I cannot teach what I do not know. And I cannot lead where I'm not willing to go. If I want to see change, I must become the change I expect to see. So before I speak, I have to listen. Before I teach, I have to learn. Before I lead, I have to serve. Before I love, I have to be a man of love. And I've come to your country. We're doing a big seminar today to help pastors, free of charge. Come, it's at ICC. We're doing a big motivational conference. Come to ICC there again at 9 o'clock in the morning. We're trying to give it all away. We're giving it away to help you become better at what you do.
Ron, then how do you do it? Because people are looking at you, and you're speaking so very eloquently, and you say it didn't really come easy for you.
Oh no. It takes like anything else.
Do you believe any person is born a natural speaker?
I wasn't a natural speaker. I wasn't a natural speaker. I was a stutterer. So was James Earl Jones. So was Zig Ziglar. So was Pastor Bishop Kitoto of ICC. Many of us. No. But you know what? It's the thing you don't do well. You work at it so hard, you become better. You know what? I read into my tape recorder for 5 years these phrases. The seed ceaseth, and it sufficeth us, and proper preparation prevents poor performance, impossible punishment. I did it every single day for 5 years.
That's a mouthful.
So it's hard work. But you know what? Anything worth doing, hear me now, anything worth doing in life is worth doing poorly at first until you get better. Incremental improvement is better than perfection postponed. Do something now. It may be small. Do something now. It may be little. Do something now. Why? Because little becomes much when placed in the master's hand. The reason why I'm a motivational speaker and a consultant and leader to presidents, because the Bible's motivational. The Bible is motivational. Love is motivational. Forgiveness is motivational. Life itself. I cried when I had no shoes until I saw a man who had no feet. It could be worse.
Interesting.
It's about perspective.
Interesting. Now, suffering and hope. Kip Kumboi has called in and is asking, yes, how many people are suffering, and suffering puts you down there.
Yes.
You feel like maybe you're praying and your prayers just ricochets on the wall, bouncing back to you. Nothing is really moving on. How do you relate suffering and hope?
One, you have to understand the process of success. Success has a journey. And once you understand that journey, you don't give up. For example, phase 1 is called the honeymoon phase. When you first start something, you're excited. You're saying, we're going to boldly go where no group has gone before. For those who say it can't be done, get out of the way of those of us who are going to do it. Who cares if the horse is blind? Load the wagon, we're going to make it. So it's about understanding the first step is the honeymoon phase. Everybody goes through the honeymoon. When you start your first business, when you get married, but then you have what is called separation anxiety. Your first failure, your first setback. Oh, it's terrible. Things go wrong. But this is why this is important. You must develop a personal vision for you. Why am I alive? What is my gifting? What is my purpose? And hold on to it no matter what happens. You know why? Because circumstances won't change calling. You must have a vision. Write it down. Make it clear, because vision will tell you, why am I alive? When I was a young boy, I read Jeremiah 1 that said, before I was born, I was sanctified to be a prophet to the nations. So I read that that's my purpose. That's my purpose. No matter what happened around me, it kept me focused. What is your vision for you? Why are you alive? Why are you here? If you don't know it, then anything will knock you down. Martin Luther King said these words: either we stand for something or we fall for anything. Understand why you exist. And secondly, you got to be persistent. It won't happen overnight. It's not going to happen like that. You got to press and press and press. Understand this. When you pray, God answers prayers in 4 ways. No, you're not ready. The blessing's not ready. Grow. The blessing's ready, but you're not ready. Slow. You're ready, but the blessing's not ready. Go. You're ready, and the blessing is ready. I'll say it one more time. Listen carefully now. God answers prayer. You pray, oh Lord, help me. 4 ways. No, you're not ready for it, and it's not ready for you. That's called no. Slow. The blessing is ready, but you're not ready. Grow. You got to grow to get ready for it, and then go. So understand, there's a process. Honeymoon, separation anxiety, and hear me, friends, please hear me. Before you ever have a breakthrough, it's going to feel like a breakdown, because there are things you've brought to the game you can't take with you. It must be burned away. It must be broken away. And it feels like death, but it's not death. It's getting you ready for the next opportunity that's coming. You're about to be promoted.
Right. We have callers who are hanging on the line. They would love to engage us. Hello, good morning. Right, we'll continue with the callers later. But, you know, the power of motivation is very interesting, because one time a friend of mine took me somewhere and just sat me down and told me, Dibal, if you don't sell yourself, someone else will sell you. Not for a bag of gold,
but a bag of rice.
Interesting. A bag of rice, something like that.
Right.
And it really motivated me, and I said, truly, I have to sell out myself.
Yes, you do.
No one else will sell me, but they'll just sell me for a pound or a penny.
Whatever available. You know what? Listen to me. You have value. I want you to do something for me right now. Just do something. See this finger? You have one. Look at it. Just look at your finger. On that finger is a fingerprint. Look, you have one. Do you know there's nobody else in the world like you? Do you know how rare that is? If you only had one car like that, or one house, you know how valuable it would be? It's one of a kind. You are a one-of-a-kind creation. Listen to me, friends. If you don't value you, nobody else will. You must speak to yourself. I am okay. I am great. Every morning I do that. I am a good speaker. I am full of life. God loves me. You have to hear it. People first must believe that you believe before they'll ever believe. If I'm a leader saying to my troops, come on, let's take that hill, they'll go, no, I don't want to die. But if they say, come on, let's take that hill, they'll be like, come on, man, let's go. So how you say something about you determines how people will respond to you. Greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world.
Inspiring. As we're winding up, Dr. Ron, tell us, our country also went through a phase that was very devastating. Some years back, we had the post-election violence, and so many people lost their lives, property, and some families right now are suffering because missing there at the dinner table is a figure of the father that was running the home, and the mom now, some of them, they don't have their hands right now, they don't have their eyes, they're really suffering. Life just changed, and we're in a healing process even right now. Could you kindly just encourage some families out there who underwent such a harrowing torture, use as a motivational speaker and also as a pastor?
One, to understand that every great victory, every great future has a great price, has a great pain, to become great. Our country, USA, went through the Civil War, the Civil Rights Movement, then many died. But without Martin Luther King's death, we wouldn't have Barack Obama. Let me say that again. You cannot have a big tree of freedom without a seed that's planted in the ground. Dr. King was our seed. Obama is the fruit. It's to understand as well, the greatest revenge in life is not violence. It's not hurting somebody who hurt you. An eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. The greatest revenge is be a success. Be a blessing. Don't let that person's life end in vain. Step up and become great, a great doctor, a great lawyer. Make that seed that was planted in the ground, that life, come a tree of hope, not a tree of bitterness. That is our responsibility. That is our calling, to turn pain into power, wounds into wisdom, scars into stars, stumbling blocks into stepping stones, and failure into fortune. God says, I know the plans I have for you, to prosper you and not to harm you, and offer you a hope and a future. God bless you.
Right. Now, lastly, briefly as we're winding up today, we have a requiem mass of one of our fallen heroes, Professor Wangari Maathai. She was really impassioned about the environment. She was a Nobel Prize. You have a poem for her?
Yes, I have a poem. I'm going to speak about trees. When I read about her life, when I was here, I was so moved. The tree that never had to fight for its share of air, sky, land, water, or light, never became a forest king, but lived and died a scrubby thing. The man or woman that never has to fight for his or her share of air, sky, land, water, or light never becomes a disciplined man or woman, but lives and dies as they began. Good timber, great timber, does not grow with ease. The stronger the winds, the tougher the trees. And that was one tough, beautiful, brilliant leader, Nobel Prize laureate. I'm blessed to even speak her name and say a word about her.
Dr. Ron, I really appreciate you coming this morning. I'm really...
Go, Kenya. Come on, brother. Come on with it. It's time, baby. Get up and get your dream. Come on. All right?
Don't yank my hand off, you know.
Sorry.
All right. Thank you so very much, Dr. Ron. We really appreciate you've encouraged Kenyans, and we really know that from here we are motivated. We'll move forward. We'll scale over those mountains. We'll leap over those walls because we've been encouraged. It's the power of motivation. The Bible says that hope deferred makes the heart sick. And sometimes you need hope in your life. You need hope to be encouraged. Well, I'll actually leave you with the words of Robert Frost, who says that in 3 words I can sum up everything I have learned about life. It goes on. Have a good day.